Studiobookers, making music easy.
Hi, my name's Raja and I do cold calling for recording and rehearsal studios. We would just like to take you through the cold call script and talk you through how to deal with studios that are difficult, for example, or that are reluctant to sign up.
Raj will be taking us through, obviously, her script, and then photography, there's some differences, so I'll take you through those.
Okay, so firstly, we've set up documents specifically for recording and rehearsal studios, and he's got one for photography. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You've got keys and sort of colours that you can follow, so it's very easy. What I would like to say is that it's fine to have it in front of you while you're calling these studios. Obviously you can tailor it so that it's sort of more about how you like to present things and it's more in your words, but this is basically the fundamental information that you need to know. So what I would advise is that before you start calling any studios, ensure that you read through this a few times so that you're familiar with it at least, and after that you can just use this script as you're talking. I use that to this present day, it still works, but reading it just means that you sound less staged while you're talking to them.
Yeah. Okay. It's just kind of getting distracted by Deepak's chewing. I was wondering if they'd be able to hear it on the camera.
I'm sorry, guys. I'll stop chewing. Please continue doing a fabulous job.
Okay, great. So there are 4 sections that you need to follow, basically. The first one, obviously, you introduce yourself. You say, "Hi, this is so and so calling from Studiobookers," and you say, "Could I please speak to your studio manager?" Often they'll ask, "Can I ask why?" And once again, you talk to them and saying that we're the UK's first online comparison site for the studio industry. In red I said pause, allow them to absorb the information. The slower you go, the more pauses you take, the more engaging it is, because you're allowing them to respond to your information. Often if they say, "Sorry, could you email me?" the most important thing to do is try your best to keep them on the phone and explain it that way. If you send emails, there might be chances that they don't check their emails, that they're not going to open it or they won't sign up. So you can then just say, "Sure, but could I tell you everything that I need to tell you in only 30 seconds? And you'll find that actually 80% of the time they then say, "Yeah, that's fine, you know, go for it." So then it's the explanation part where you've got to close the sale. You talk to them about it being like Money Supermarket, beatthatquote.com, so and so. It's all in the script. And be engaging once again. So ask questions like, "Does that make sense so far?" And pause, allow them to reply. And say that you'd like to have their studios on the first 100 to sign up, and that it will just be good for advertising purposes, basically. Then you say, "Right, are you by a computer?" 99% of the time they are, because they're working in their office. If not, however, which we will give you examples of when we're doing role play, you say, "When will you be by the computer? Can I call you back?" So as I said, the last case scenario is send an email. If you need to call back because they're busy or because they're not by a computer, then do so, because it's better to talk to them in person. So you talk them through registration. Always have the Studiobookers website open, making music easy, so that as you're guiding them through the registration, you've got it up in front of you as well. So in case, I mean, number 1, it looks more professional, and number 2, in case you forget what the tabs are called or how the logo looks like, it's easier for you as well. You don't have to remember things, it's just there in front of you. So you go through all of that bit by bit. So for example, talk them through the logo. Can they see the logo on the left hand side? This one here. So can you see this logo with the guitar and the microphone, so they know that they're on the right website? Then say, click on the Studio Pre-Registration tab just below that. So you're literally holding their hand, you're guiding them through, and then you say there's 4 steps, 4 sections that you need to fill in. It only takes between 4 to 7 minutes and it's absolutely free. And then once you've given all that information, you say, "We can literally sign you up right now." But only say that once you've got everything in front of them, because often enough they'll say, "Right, seeing as it's there, we might as well sign up now." On the last page of it, I've put together a section which gives you just extra information about the company. Some studios do want to know, for example, how we're advertising, how do clients book, extra information about the company, you know, who's our manager, or why we started this company in the first place, how we make money, for example. But like I said, that's all there. Bear in mind that sometimes the way they'll phrase these questions won't exactly be how do you make money, but more, you know, what's going on or what your future prospects or whatever. So like I said, make sure you familiarise yourself with this script so you know that a lot of different questions apply.
Okay, so what Raja said totally applies to photography studios. There's just a couple of, you know, things that are slightly different. One thing I found with photography studios is that they it's either they don't pick up or when they pick up they say they're very busy, so you will have to perhaps email them or, you know, say you know, oh, can I ring you back at a certain time. Also, secondly, I found a lot of studios, photography studios, they will be mobile numbers, so you you'd maybe check the website, bring the website up, you know, maybe you could find that, you know, it will say their name on there, so you add a bit more of a personal feel to it. That seems to sometimes work. You know, they kind of it shows you've done your research instead of you just randomly cold calling someone. So those are a few things. And yeah, basically, you know, if you do happen to get through and they do seem interested, do just follow what Raja says. Just add kind of, you know, if they ask questions like, oh yeah, it says making music easy, just explain that, you know, we're targeting photography studios as well, things like that. So you'll be, you know, it's fine. It's kind of, what Raja says totally applies. Just there's a few extra bits.
Studiobookers, making music easy.